ここは危ねえぞ。飛んでいけ。どこか遠くへ。
時期が迫ってる。次の戦士が選ばれるんだ。鎧の巨人の継承者が。
今の俺にはわかる。お前たちは世界を救おうとした。そうなんだろ
う。うるさい。どうしてお前らは俺を死なせてくれないんだ。
始祖ユミルの出現から今日に至るまで、どれほどの命が巨人に奪われたことでしょう。しかし近年、その平和思想は淘汰され、始祖の巨人はパラディ島に住むあるものに奪われました。その名はエレン・イエーガー。今ここに宣言します。パラディ島敵勢力へ宣戦布告を。
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my Attack on Titan Season 4 trailer for the final season. They're going all the way through the final arc in the manga. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I got a lot of requests to do a video for this, and they actually show quite a bit from the very recent manga stuff in this. So if you're wondering how they were able to get all this footage in if they're not completely done animating the season, it's because a lot of the animation in the trailer was made separate from the actual episodes. So the animation for the actual final episodes might look a little bit different than the way they look in the scenes of the trailer. But all the scenes in the trailer will be stuff that they cover during the final season, and they show a bunch of stuff here. The rest of the original 9 Titans, there's a couple new ones that we're seeing for the first time, including the Founding Titan. I know there's a bunch of questions about what's going on with that. They even full-blown show us the coordinate, so if you're not really familiar with what's going on with that, I'll try to explain in as non-spoilery a way as possible, because this is basically everything through the end of the story. Season 4 will be 12 episodes total, so they're obviously going to be compressing a lot of the story. Where we left off in Season 3, Episode 22 in the finale, that's basically going to be the beginning of the Marley arc, so they'll cover that pretty quickly, and then you have the War for Paradis arc, which is basically the final arc in the manga. The Marley arc picks up at the end of Season 3, Episode 22, where they find the coastline and they're all playing around, but then they realize that this is where all the Eldian exiles are brought and then forcibly turned into Titans and set loose. Because basically Paradise Island is a prison island where they send all the exiles. But the Marley arc itself is all about the Marleyans realizing through their war with the Middle East allied forces that even though Marley controls a number of the special Titans and the Titan shifters, their special Titans themselves aren't enough to win wars as military technology continues to evolve. They believe that the only thing that's going to guarantee their supremacy is the power of the Founding Titan, but that power leads them to Paradise Island. So obviously this gets involved in Aaron's story and his family's history. In Season 3, Episode 22, he has that vision, learning a little bit about his connection to the Eldian royal family when Historia touches him. So if you jumped off the series, there have been a number of really big reveals about the history of Aaron's family, how he came into possession of the Attack Titan, how he came into possession of the Founding Titan, and what the coordinate is, and what this grand plan is, because there's a lot of competing agendas with different forces on the show. So as of the end of Season 3 and going into Season 4, there are going to be a couple time jumps. They kind of deal with that at the end of Season 3 in the finale, where they basically say 6 months have gone by. But as of the finale, Krista's true identity has been revealed as Historia Reese, one of the last remaining members of the Eldian royal family. Technically, there are a couple other royal bloodline members out there because that sort of gets into who can control the power of the Titans, how the power of the Founding Titan works. She decides to reveal the secret of the Titans to everyone, and naturally everybody freaks out. The funny thing about this is that if you were watching the intros for pretty much the last couple of seasons, they tell you the history of the Titans, the history of the world in those intros if you kind of know what's going on. The whole deal with the vision that Eren gets is that he's actually seeing a vision of the Fritz royal family. We learned about Eren's father's history in Marley. He actually infiltrated Marley, seeking to gain the power of the founding titan from the Rhys family. Eventually, he started a relationship with Dana Fritz, one of the royal family members. They had a child together that became Zeke, their first child, who's Eren's half-brother. Then later he was exiled, was able to steal the power of the founding titan for himself while he contained the power of the attack titan. Then later he starts another family with Eren's mother. Then more recently, Eren winds up eating his father when he's in a pure titan form and gains the power of the founding titan that way. So this huge final arc of the series is all about what Eren is going to do with the power of the founding titan. Now I'll talk about that in a second because it has some really cool powers beyond those of the other titans. But in this trailer you see most of the other titans. The new ones are the Jaw Titan, the Hammer Titan, I'll explain those in a second, but you also see the Cart Titan with all the weapons and the guns, the Beast Titan again because that's Zeke. But then you also see Annie come back in her chrysalis. No spoilers for who this Jaw Titan is, but as the name implies, the Jaw Titan possesses incredible biting and crushing strength with its jaws and its nails. It's really good as a siege weapon for, say, tearing walls apart and for crushing other titans. The Warhammer Titan actually has the ability to create other structures using the hardened Titan flesh, so it's actually pretty useful. No spoilers for who possesses the power of the Hammer Titan, but that'll be a big part of the Marley arc, so I'm assuming they're going to cover that during the first half of the season. All the physics and the history and the mechanics of how the founding titan work are actually pretty complicated. There's a lot of complications for what your bloodline is and who can control it at what time and how it's being controlled and what you can use it for. But it's a very Lord of the Rings Ring of Power situation. One ring to rule them all. The founding titan is able to control all of the other titans to alter their titan forms, change their size, their physiology, and the person who is currently in possession or controlling the founding titan can use it to telepathically communicate with everyone that is genetically a subject of Ymir. You can even use the power of the founding titan to alter everyone's memories, which actually you find out happened in the past. That's why Marley wants to get their hands on it so badly, because it's a god-tier titan. This shot here, for instance, though, is the coordinate. The founding titan is also referred to as the coordinate, where all paths of all subjects of Ymir and the titans cross. So it's sort of this focal point across time, space, in this sort of metaphysical way between all these people that are connected through this bloodline of Ymir, going back centuries. Sort of connections between all these different people. But this is also known as the Unknown Land. It's just the metaphysical place where this all exists. But if you're a big fan of history and Attack on Titan because it goes so deep, one of the cool things about this final arc is that you do get the full explainer for what happened with Ymir, the origin of the Titans, and what happened with the first King Fritz. You learn why it is that people hated the Eldians so much, because they were kind of terrible people. You also get a lot of Ymir's personal history here too, so it's actually really cool. You'll learn about how she actually originally gained the power of the very first Titan, of the founding Titan. Around 2,000 years ago, before the king learned of her power, she was actually being attacked. She ran into this giant tree, didn't realize there was a sinkhole, fell into this giant pool, and fused with a very spine-like structure. That actually gave her the power of the founding Titan. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. You're getting a little bit of that history in the trailer. Ymir was the first person to obtain the power of the Titans, but she became enslaved to the Eldian king, who just abused her power and then eventually trapped her inside the coordinate in the Unknown Land and used her power to control all the other Titans. Until thousands of years ago, you have the Great Titan War, and the Eldian king and the rest of his people are exiled to Paradis Island, and then they create the walls and then erase everyone's memories so they don't remember everything. In order to use the power of the founding titan, technically you have to be a member of the royal family though, either from the Fritz or the Rhys royal family. That's how Historia Rhys is connected to the founding titan. But if the founding titan is inherited by someone outside the royal family, like Eren Yeager here, the power can still be used if the inheritor, like Eren, is in physical contact with a titan with royal blood. That's how he's able to have this giant flashback and see her memories, because he contains the power of the founding titan when he's doing this. Once they do decide what the actual release date is going to be, that's probably when they'll release another big trailer, so I'll try to do another video when that happens. But because the Rick and Morty Season 4 finale is tomorrow, click here for my Rick and Morty finale trailer video, and click here for my brand new Marvel Wolverine deleted scene video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, I'll see you guys tonight.